When I think of a community, I think of a place where children are playing together, where neighbors are buying sugar from one another, a place where people looked out for each other. Yeah. A place where children played together and people looked out for one another. My goodness. Where your kids are my kids and my kids are your kids. Well, aren't they? Growing up, this is how it was for me. This is what I knew. This is what we did. But today, it seems so far from the truth. Why does my community look so different? Do you see the violence? Do you see the hungry and the homeless? Why do so many Black men have on handcuffs? Community, this is not normal. I stand here before you today as a mother whose son was murdered this year, July 1st. But this is not about me. This is about those who are here but yet lost. What can we do to save them from going down negative pathways, places of destruction? Children in elementary school and middle school who desperately need our attention. But what can we do to help them from being brainwashed from violence and destruction? We have to do something to save other mothers from experiencing my pain. We need a place for teens to go, a place to help them grow. Why are the kids from my neighborhood called at risk? They're just kids. Why are we choosing to continue to put them at risk by not providing adequate resources, proper programming, mentorship, guidance, by not teaching them and not loving them? We need a place of safety, a place of solace, a place where maybe they could see people who look like them. Black people in power, Black people in positive positions, Black people out of poverty. Where are the fathers? Dads, your kids didn't get here on their own. Your kid might be named Jesus, but he's not Jesus, nor is his mother the Virgin Mother Mary. Dads, your children are crying out for you. They're crying out for your guidance. They need love, they need mentoring, and they need food. Because we all know how expensive that can be, right? They need protection, and they need strong educational services. The one thing that our children do not need is a pity party. They need to be challenged, they need to be recognized, and they need to understand their value for their lives. What can we do to make this change? Is there an actual call to action, or will we just continue to meet at the good old round table? When will we come to an understanding and understand that something needs to be done and it needs to be done quickly? The generation of today will be an unequipped generation of tomorrow if we refuse to take action. We should be attending weddings, award ceremonies, graduations, and handing out awards to the best of the best, not attending funerals and jailhouse visits of the young. Teaching healthy competition and promoting love and not hate. I don't have all of the answers, but what I do know is statistically, according to kidscount.org, 40% of children in Rhode Island are being raised in single-family households. That's up 2% from 2013, and it's down 1% from 2011, but that's only 1%. Also, according to kidscount.org, children growing up in single-parent households typically do not have the same economic resources of those who are raised in a two-parent family. I don't expect all of you to be able to relate. I just want to make it clear that it is very real out here. Let's make a plan to create opportunities for our youth. Let's make a place where they could feel safe. We can no longer stop providing them with guidance in the 8th or 9th grade. See, that's when they need it the most. They need to be valued. They need to be loved. And children today, they want to be held accountable. As a former intervention specialist for the Providence Public School system, some things that I've heard, some startling statements that I heard were things like, Miss Shawndell, why should I try hard in school? My teacher doesn't care. Or, Miss Shawndell, I hate my mother. She doesn't like me, and she's never home. And then this one, Miss Shawndell, I don't even know who my father is. Startling statements. Startling. This is something that will create an epidemic of a major identity crisis. If we do not do something and do something fast, it's going to be a problem. I need you to understand the seriousness, but also be socially conscious of the path that's leading our children of today to death and destruction. These kids were not born wanting to kill each other. They weren't born wanting to hurt one another. Actually, young boys as young as 5 years old have wanted to be doctors, lawyers, firefighters, teachers. And let's not forget NFL stars and NBA players. Our young girls have wanted to be princesses since 2 years old, not accomplices to crimes of young men. What can we do, and what is the plan? When are we going to understand that enough is enough? Providence, we cannot continue to keep losing our children. We need the help of their fathers, and they need to understand their role and how critical it is to the lives of their children. My dream is to attend more graduation ceremonies, weddings, award ceremonies, not funerals, not jailhouse visits of the young. Community, I am asking for the village to return, and to return with an intentional program to help save our youth of today. Thank you.